Hello and welcome to The Quiet Year. I don't have an intro this time. I didn't write one. That's fine. Um, I'm so happy to be back in the game. It's been a few weeks. And we're going to finish up summer and move on into autumn today. How's everyone doing?
Yippee.
Good.
Adams, that was very convincing.
The most enthusiastic yippee I've ever heard.
But it was a yippee nonetheless.
It was a yippee nonetheless, and I think that really adds to it. Should we get some like tavern music up or something?
Sure.
Let's get some good old jams going. Gotta get the audio library from YouTube. Hello, snacks, by the way. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my web. Spidere, go keep peppers and pie, and today it's more tabletop with the whole party here. We're doing more of the quiet year, more story development. I'm getting some music ready.
Am I getting like a peek behind the curtain, or are those all the like royalty-free songs that you can use?
Yeah.
There was one that was called "I Wonder Who's Kissing Her Now," and that is interesting to be a royalty-free song.
Yes. Is
They
this
just
one?
wanted to get their thoughts out.
Those are how we could play. I search up tavern. The only song that shows up is "Happy Birthday" at the pub. And that's just people at a pub singing "Happy Birthday."
Sure, let's do that.
I don't know if I want to hear "Happy Birthday" for like 3 hours straight.
Okay.
Or 2 hours, however long we're gonna be going.
How about "I Wonder Who's Kissing Her Now"? It's
Where
right
is
down
that?
there. Right there. Oh, there you go.
Does this fit our vibe?
I don't know.
I don't think it does. Let's see if there's
Mood happy. I don't know about that.
genre. There should be like country and folk music. Take me out to the ball game.
Camptown races.
Oh jeez. Top of the morning. Why is there so much Irish? Oh, it's because it's
St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I
Happy
guess.
St. Patrick's Day.
Let's.
I'm gonna avoid saying anything that might be. I was gonna avoid saying anything because I don't know if I will say something that is accidentally like offensive to the Irish. I don't know.
Where's the... Okay, I think I just need to pull up a separate window for Canva.
There's so much music here.
There's so much music here. Cat searching for the truth. What? I have to know where that comes from.
I don't know. These are all title names.
Dude,
Song
where's my
names.
horse?
This one better be about like a surfer dude's trying to sing country music. You know, I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
We're going with "Dude, Where's My Horse." That's the song we're gonna be playing.
Put it on repeat.
All right.
I guess.
Yeah, is there a repeat button here?
Doesn't look like there's one.
I'm downloading "Dude, Where's My Horse" for stream today. There we go. Dude, where is my horse?
I can't actually hear what it
Yeah,
sounds like because obviously I
it's
don't
only
have
on
the screen
stream.
pulled up.
Yeah, but we can hear it.
Yes, we
Unfortunately.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, should I show the thing I was making earlier?
Sure, I think it's a good idea.
So, I started working on a, like, photoshopped version of the map we've been drawing here. It's not that good. I only worked on it for these past 45 minutes. It's not developed really, but I like it so far, so I'm gonna put it on the stream.
It's something that can
Can you
serve.
also
as
put
a-
it on the Discord?
Yeah. I can do that.
It's something that can serve as a little bit more of a basis for our next game, hopefully.
Yeah,
Also,
it's kind of just a remake of some of the stuff here.
Hey Pepper, I'm looking at the stream and Zach says pie.
Zach does say pie. Oh, it redid files.
Oh,
Oh,
I
Sometimes,
not to.
sometimes it does that. I'll fix that in a secchi.
I'm the one who ripped it.
This is the whole thing about people. Pi likes to steal people's identities.
True. Are you actually Pi now? Is that what this is?
You found me out.
I found you out.
I knew you were trans this whole time.
Ooh, oh my god, I love that.
Thank you. It's just what it's been made so far. Peek behind the curtain. Careful, we have our clothes on still, which is good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it likes to go into old files and just change stuff up. Tabletop.
The song's not bad.
Yeah, I don't mind this. There you go, there's
Take
Zach.
your word for it.
There's Zach. Now you are Zach. Congratulations on being Zach. Okay, so what are we starting off with?
It is your turn if we're
It's
ready to
my
jump into the
turn.
game. But before that, we should probably talk a little bit about the current state of the game. If you want to pull up
The
the
current
notes.
state of affairs?
Yes.
It's been
Yes.
3 weeks.
It has been a
3
little
weeks,
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely do a little bit of a recap on things.
Yeah,
I think.
the last 2 Mondays were really not good for Pepper or me, and I'm not sure why. We were just not in good states.
Yeah. Mondays have been funky, apparently, because that's what the last 2 Mondays were funky. Like one of them was funky for both of us. One of them was funky for Jody. Now this one, I got some bad family news. So I'm feeling a little funky today, but I also still want to stream. So we're gonna do that.
We're gonna do
But
that.
my apologies if I'm a little bit funky. And let me say hi to the chat too. Also, hi Jay Hill, welcome to stream. Excellent. Will not meet even more of the gang. It seems.
Zach,
You'll
why are
not-
you
you'll
also
now.
in chat?
Zach does that.
Zach.
Jams to the music as I wait. Hell yeah. Zach is here. The Yippee would make a loot bug proud. I don't know what a loot bug is. Oh, you mean in Lethal Company? Pie out here dressed as Zach. I mean, I know.
Wait, are there loot bugs in Lethal Company?
Yeah.
Because there's also loot bugs in Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep cock?
Yes.
Deep cock deep?
Yes.
Cock deep?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Jody, I'm grinding for points.
Oh, that's,
Can't
that's
you see?
valid.
Also,
Wait, actually, I don't think the points are on it this time because it's,
J Hill points out
Tabletop
that
stream.
the Discord server is a little bit in the stream.
yeah. You can see us poking about with our voices. Look, we just slid away. Alright, so there we go. Let's look at some of the lore from last time.
Mhm.
Do you remember what number we were on? Or did we just start right with summer?
We started part way through, like we were 5 weeks. We were on week 8 of week 8 is where we started.
Week 8
Or week 8 is where we ended first week, or the first session. And
Okay.
now week 9 was the first.
So
week of
I am
session.
going to catch us up with week 9. So jellyfish, anglerfish / crocodile predators can create a danger in the nearby waters. Zyphids is what we found out their name was, and they're about the size of a tuna. A project was started to visit the Needle Gun ship. And then week 10, a beautiful cave full of peaceful grazing animals on one of the islands was found. They were easy to hunt. Started a 2-week project to hunt them. Week 11, family who has a lot of money who are the elites of the community and are trying to gate access to the Moonlight Farm by building an exclusive harbor. Taro and Bimas have been exiled by Tilte and a few others to one end of Kadron, where, unknown to them, there is no radiation / curse. And,
building Tilte is also building, not Tilte. Tilte is working for the faction that does this, but the
They-
rich people are building an exclusive harbor.
yes.
I believe that's on the island with the moon tower.
Yes, that
Yeah.
is. What? That is right over here with
Yeah.
the moon tower. Look at all those lines.
Yes.
And then week 12, radioactive device on Kadron starts beeping. Farm has been started on Moonlight Island. Crops are growing, but prion.
Is it Prion or Prion? I think it's Prion.
Isn't that a thing that can damage your brain?
Yes.
Or something
Correct.
it folds
Yes,
or something.
it is.
It's bad. But prion has begun growing in these plants, which can only be removed at night. Eating them makes you physically dependent on them. Not eating the crops will make it impossible to hold down any other food, basically forcing the entire community to only be able to eat food from that area. Magic has been developed where food can be stored in ice blocks within magical ice boxes. The animals in the cave are now being successfully and easily hunted at this point. Week 13, a belief has begun to spread where the Moonlight Tower is worshipped as some sort of higher creation. Aigle is what they end up calling this deity. Construction on places of worship begin. Week 14, the first week of summer, Harbor finishes early because the rich family, Kilova is what they ended up calling the Kilova family, was able to hire outside laborers from Jagartha and some from Cognatus even, which was their first time coming across people from Cognatus. The vermin brought in by Jamie spread the prions from Moonlight Island to a lot more of the food around the islands, making most of the people only able to eat food from this island chain and from nowhere else. Week 15, Tilde capitalizes on her popularity from exiling Bimas and Taro and effectively becomes a higher-up who runs the farm for the Kilova family and is looked up to by many who agreed with her decision. People who didn't agree with Taro's exile made their own way to the island with relics where the needle gun was found, with probably was needle ammo.
Yeah,
Jody.
no, they
Zach?
forgot the needler ammo. That's part. That's why
Okay,
they're going there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little reference there. Was found and brought back many tools and some weapons. All that they do not yet understand. All this gives them some social power of which they are using to leverage their own social standing. They form a group called the Battalions.
I don't remember where that name came from.
I don't know either.
I don't remember who named the island Bertel, but that was the name of the island.
Right, you're right. That's what it was.
Taro, Bimas, and some surviving Cadronians begin to build a ship from relic parts that have previously washed up alongside the radioactive core, but aren't radioactive themselves. Week 16, Battalions form their own community on a separate island they call Bertel Island, demanding the right to the information on the relics and everything that has been discovered, specifically for themselves. A separate half of the previously found relic ship is discovered near Bertel Island by the Battalions. Week 17, Battalions begin to rally people from the other Lopi communities in hopes of building up their forces. Places of worship are completed, most being built for worshipping the Igle, and some worshipping nature in general, causing some rifts in the community. Some are very off-put by this worship of the Moonlight Tower. Teltas's mom orders him to begin working for the churches, and he decides to start building houses of healing. Week 18, the remaining surviving elders by the beeping radioactive device all go missing. A massive bird corpse is unearthed nearby the Moonlight Tower. Week 19, resources are discovered within the Moonlight Tower which are surprisingly suited to the community's needs, reinforcing their faiths in the tower, creating an abundance in faith, and giving the belief in Igle more followers. A discussion was held, where one said, "I miss when we were less divided," followed up with someone else replying, "Kilowas cannot be trusted, take the caves." Someone else saying, "Community and unity with ideas will keep us together." Another going, "Who is to say this division won't lead us to something better?" And then another, "I miss when we didn't fight each other all the time." And then finally, "We wouldn't be divided if the Battalions didn't keep dividing us." Week 20, a small group of 30 tall riders land on Moonlight Island. Kilovas go into talks to hire them as mercenaries and work to keep this covered up. Tall riders are plants people, we figured out. Teltas works secretly with Battalions to foment a rebellion on the Isle of Caves to bring it into the Battalion's circle of influence.
There's fomenting out there. Pockets of fomenting.
Yep, yes, Joe. That was after we watched, or we did this though,
Yeah,
right? We watched that.
yeah.
We've been watching Andor.
We just finished it today.
We've been going through it again.
It's so good.
It is. Week 21, relic ship is completed. Taro, Bimas, and others sail up to unite with the Battalions. A hefty army of Lopi join the Battalions. Healing houses are constructed across the islands of Notasia, and in this building effort, they avoid putting any healing houses on Bertal, and also discover the great forces that the Battalions have amassed. An island of thick forest is discovered on a topmost island, always night there, and filled with broken relics and danger. It is named Borlis. A project is started to make strong fishing nets to better keep fishing abundance. And that's where we've left off. Now going into week 22.
All right, Pepper, are you ready for your card?
I'm ready for my card.
Before you do that, I just want a chance to say and embarrass Judith on mic. Today is mine and Judith's first anniversary. I love you, Judith.
I love you too.
Oh,
Oh, so cute. So cute. J-Ho says, that's a lot of lore. I'll be here till I sleep, so if this part of chat doesn't respond, I fell asleep. Alright,
Fair enough.
good to know.
We're
yeah,
gonna be
that
engaged.
it is a lot of lore.
It is. Like, it's probably not that entertaining just to have it read out to you if you haven't seen the previous streams. The previous streams, I think, were pretty entertaining if you want to go back and watch them.
Yeah, and also at the same time, these Tabletop streams are quite different from my other content. They're
Yes.
a lot more chill, and it's more so just like a bunch of people making a story together, making a world together, and I think it's really fun.
Yeah. And we are probably going to be engaging a little less with the chat than we typically do as well.
Yes, but I will definitely be reading it as I can.
Yes.
All right, Pepper.
Yes.
Your card is the 5 of diamonds.
5 of diamonds. Let me pull this up for you.
5 of diamonds.
Right here. Right here, Pepper.
5 of diamonds. A project finishes early. What led it to its early completion? Or the weather is nice and people can start or can feel the potential all around them. Start a new project.
So I guess we should look up and see what projects are currently active.
Yeah. Okay. Current projects: Rebellion on the Isle of Caves led by battalions, 0 out of 5. Strong fishing nets are built, 0 out of 2.
So you can make one of those finish early or start a new one.
I can just make the Rebellion just finish immediately
You
for some
could.
reason somehow.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Good question.
So can I see it again?
Yes. Sorry.
More people are on board with the
What'd you say?
battalions than expected. I don't know.
I thought you said yes, sir, for a second. I was like, what's that?
Oh,
What
no,
the hell
no,
was
I
that?
didn't say that. Sorry. So yeah, you could say that the rebellion happens like immediately, and why is that? Or you could,
Or not even that it starts immediately, it finishes immediately. And why is that?
Or like I think like the project is to begin fomenting the rebellion, so that doesn't necessarily mean that
Fomenting.
the rebellion is over. It's just that like it has started in earnest. I think once the project ends. I'm going to
Some old lady stands up and just goes fight the Empire.
just yes.
What?
Someone makes a pipe bomb and throws it at some
Yes.
cops.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have a sense? Like, is that the direction you want to go?
I think it would be interesting to do that one, yeah.
Okay. I am going to say, like, no matter how that project gets finished, I'm going to say that once the project is finished, that just means the conflict is a thing that is just happening now. And there's going to have to be something else, either another project or another discovery or something else that's going to have to happen to make it finish.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's been started in earnest. And I'm gonna say it's because some Shias goes down, some Andor's type Shias, where like there is basically a riot somewhere, like a big little thing going on, big little thing, and that ends with one of the family of the Kalovas being assassinated. And that's how it starts up more earnestly, because everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Okay.
What do we think of that?
I'm sorry, who gets
One of the-
one of the Kalovas gets assassinated?
One of the members of the Kalova family.
Okay, did this riot happen on like the Moonlight Island then?
What do we think of that?
I mean, I think
It was
would
somebody
make sense.
part of their community.
Yeah, like what if it was someone of their own assassinated
Ooh,
the
yeah.
assassinated Kalova person?
So the project finished early because it turns out the battalions have a lot more support than was thought.
Or not even battalions specifically, but just people who don't like
Oh, okay.
the Kalovas in general, because
Okay.
like the battalions have a very specific thought process.
True.
If
True.
you
true,
remember, it's like weapons and all that stuff.
true. That's fair.
So it's just people with other reasoning of disliking the Kalovas. I think one of them ends up killing or assassinating Kalova when a fight breaks out on that island.
And that
So-
leads to the Kalovas to repress harder, which leads to more
Yes.
resistance.
Yes.
Okay.
So how can we put that in a sentence?
We'll just say, I mean, I think start with just the mechanical aspect of it, which is that like the rebellion project finishes early.
Alien project finishes early due to sudden rioting on what was the island that belonged to the Kalovas? Did we just call it Moonlight Island?
I think it's what we were
I
calling
think
it.
so.
Moonlight Island. Rebellion project finishes early due to sudden rioting on Moonlight Island that results in who's a specific person we can make up for the Kalova family?
I had written one down, but it's in my notes that I need to physically go find, and I don't want to cause a delay.
Bottoms, what do you think?
For the character,
Like what? Like who would be a good person to have been assassinated?
maybe assuming that it's so. I forget. Do we have literally no elders? in the community?
I think
You're
there
all
are.
excommunicated, right?
There's like not really elders, but there are like older people, like up to like 50.
Yeah.
I think it's John F. Kilova who was assassinated. Sorry.
They say
Anyways.
that they say Lee Harvey Bertel. No, okay, I'm not even gonna make the joke. I'm not even gonna.
It's
I was gonna.
ruined.
I was gonna make a
You
joke about
ruined
Magic
it.
Bullet, but this
You
is a
ruined
world
it,
where
Jody.
magic exists. So
What were you saying, Bottoms? Bottoms? Bottoms?
Sorry, I was asked a question. What's going on?
Just said, what were you saying?
Duh.
Yes. We're talking about like who should be the person that was assassinated. Like what's a good story point to write in there? Like it could be really dramatic if we make it like it was like a kid or something like that accidentally assassinated, or it could be like maybe like one of the heads of the household.
Maybe like the head of construction or something.
ooh,
Okay.
that's a good
It's in
idea. So like one of the top lieutenants who was responsible for kind of doing a lot of like their specific like construction
Planning,
kind of stuff.
communication.
Oh, I like that.
So it results in the head of construction in the Kilova family being assassinated. Okay. And then I get to. We should check. So that happens, and then also
So you should move that down to finished projects.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay.
strong nets are being built goes to one of two. Okay, and then
And-
also,
And you get to do the second half of your turn.
which is
which
discussion,
I will pull it up.
start a project, or discover something new, right?
Yes.
I think we could start this one off with a discussion. Like, someone's just been assassinated. Rebellion stuff is like suddenly blasting off, and the community has a lot to say about this. So I start with it, right?
Yes. So you start with either a question or a statement, and we all go around in turn order, each giving one response, like one, and then if you did a question, you get to also give a final one at the end, the final response. And if you started with a statement, you don't get to do that.
By the way, I do have an idea for a name for the Kilova who was assassinated.
Okay.
Also, we should figure out who assassinated by. Just occurred to me.
I like the idea of it being a mystery for a bit.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Like, we don't know how it happened, but someone was assassinated. Lee Harvey something did it. Probably.
Lee Harvey Lopi.
Lee Harvey. That one's good. So... Yeah, so like the question or the statement would be... I'll just, like, it can be as simple, I guess, right? Just like, one of the Kilovas has been assassinated, what do we do?
So then, Zach, you're next in turn order. So you get to do the first response.
I'll take a response. What do we do? Well, we have to find out who did it.
Okay.
We know who did it. We need to figure out more how to respond to the battalions.
You know, we should really have the order of players be in just the order that's up here. That would make things way easier, wouldn't it?
It would.
Is it too
Well,
late for that?
Oh,
Let's let Zach go. Let's finish this discussion. We'll let Zach do his turn.
Yeah.
And then we'll switch that order to that.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I
Okay, so...
probably misunderstood.
No, you're all good.
No.
You're good. I was just asking a question about turn order stuff. Okay, what was it?
So we know who did it. We have to retaliate on the battalions.
It's
We have
my
to-
turn, right?
We have to what?
Retaliate. What's
Against the battalion?
against? Thank you. I was trying to think of like you don't say on, you don't say to. What's the?
Okay, yes. Judith.
Okay. This requires me using a name for the character who was assassinated. Is that okay?
John F. Kalova?
Hagios Kalova was a fiend, and he had what was coming. Or he got what was coming.
How do you spell it?
Hagios.
Pepper, it's your turn. Is that a name you're okay with?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just gonna be awkward to refer to him otherwise.
Was a fiend. He got what he deserved, was it?
He got what was coming to him.
He got what was coming to him.
Now, Badams.
More access to all of our land for the lower class should be celebrated.
Hmm. And now, Pepper, you get a response as well once you're done typing.
Should be celebrated, was it?
Yes.
Okay, I have a serious response and I have a funny response. Which one do I go with?
I think... Are they, like, from the same perspective? Like,
No.
Okay. I think go with whichever one gives us a more unique perspective that isn't already represented among the previous discussion responses.
I'm just going to tell you both of my responses and you two can choose one.
You know what? I'm just going to say, GM's privilege, you can do both.
Okay, first response is... Someone new will take his place anyways. Who cares?
Hmm.
And another one was... His shoes are mine. I'll take his shoes. Dibs on his shoes. Dibs on his shoes. Which probably came from, like, his little brother who ends up actually taking on the role. So it all connects.
Okay. And now, Zach, I believe it's your turn.
Alright.
Judith, are you drawing a card?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 4 of diamonds.
4 of diamonds.
Do you have it
Also,
pulled up in front of you, Zach?
Sorry?
Do you have the oracle pulled up in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you read that off, I just want to say also, chat, once again, the redeems aren't on right now because it's a tabletop stream, so there's a lot of, like, focus going on, so we're not really doing redeems during tabletop streams. I am sorry. But I'll still read the chat and stuff. Hi, Orange, welcome to stream. Orange says, hello, Badam, Zach, Jody, Judith, and Pepper. How is the friend fam? We're doing pretty good. J-Host, my sick brain makes me think I a problem, so I'm never sure if I actually am or not. You're not a problem. What are you talking about?
We really value having you here, J Hill. You're not a problem.
J-Hill said, I just usually very active, so I don't want someone to... What I miss? Usually active, very active, so I don't want anyone to worry about me. I mean, I make a post every 5 minutes on average. I just want to make sure I catch every stream I can. I'm making myself sound important when all I'm trying to say is I love the content and shiz. Well, yeah, no worries. And, like, also, like, once again, this content's very different, so it's, like, fine if you aren't here or for this stream or other streams.
And as
Don't worry.
PBS might say, this stream is running thanks to viewers like you.
Thanks
Yes,
to viewers like you.
That's exactly true.
Also, hi, Moopy-kun. Thank you for stopping by. Got a lot of people here today. Yeah.
More than
Yeah,
we
yeah,
usually
yeah.
have for tabletop, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like the past couple of tabletops, although I guess episode 1 and 2 didn't really have that many people, but this time we got a good few. Thank you for stopping by, everybody. You get to hear us tell us a freaking interesting story. Alright, Zach, what is the card?
The card is the oldest amongst you dies will cause of death
Ooh, about that.
or the oldest amongst you is very sick, caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community.
Which would, if we chose that one, it would be that we don't reduce project dice this week. This is hard because we've already done something to all of our elders. So we have to decide if this is going to be, are we talking about the elders on Cadron, or are we talking about, like, the oldest person we
young
have
person.
not on Cadron?
Yeah.
I'll go with the first one.
Okay.
Okay, so the oldest
Yeah.
person.
The eldest amongst you guys because of death. I think a new unidentified insect.
Wait, so
would
we're talking
cause-
about, we're talking about the people who are. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. My mistake.
Oh. I think it'd be interesting. Unidentified insect.
Okay.
Probably did.
Well, so we also still have that vermin that showed up that we haven't had much happen with, right?
Yes. Although to be clear, we're
Yeah.
talking about the people on Cadron who were already actively dying from radiation.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, we can have it be that something else.
They're just
happened,
getting
but-
really fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it can also be like. I don't know. It's up to you, Zach. It's your turn. Sorry.
I'm in agreement.
Oh.
I agree with Judy. I
Yeah,
think
like
it's-
so. See, yeah, so it's the eldest among you dies. What caused the death? I think we could change that up a little bit because like it would very most likely. So either if we want to be radiation, then I think we should say because they are dying of radiation already, then it should be that the question should be instead like what does that make happen to the rest of the people? Like how does the rest of the community react to that? Or it could be instead if it's something that's not the radiation that kills them, it should be something very interesting and
Yeah.
like sudden, unexpected.
Also, the radioactive device was previously beeping, and we didn't do anything with that.
That's true.
So it could be related to that.
Okay.
But we could also just make this like the eldest who aren't on Cadron.
That's
I
true.
just want to emphasize that again.
That is also an option.
Because that
I
way
do.
you wouldn't have to be pigeonholed.
Yeah, that's fair. If you want to do the insect idea, I think that is more than fine, even with the people on Cadron. I just there is an option to do that also with like the eldest people who aren't there.
Yeah. I do like what Pepper said about the vermin that we didn't do anything with.
Okay. Yeah, like that was something Bottoms introduced a while ago, right? The vermin that just showed up.
Yeah.
So it was like rats and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Orange in the chat is asking Bottoms and Judith what your pronouns are.
Any is fine for me.
She, her.
Okay, so the vermin. Bottoms, was the vermin specified as a specific like species, or is it just rat?
It was like a muskrat thing.
Okay, so Zach, do you want a muskrat thing to kill old dude?
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
How does it do it? Is it disease or is it just like just eat them?
I think it's disease
It's a disease.
off of a bite. Yeah.
Okay. So the eldest still the eldest surviving member of the elders on Cadron. That was how I spelled it, right?
I think there was only one A.
Oh, did not mean to do 2 A's. Cadron. Falls ill after being bitten by a spreading vermin, giving them a disease quite, let's say it's quite different from the radiation, probably. With quite different effects. With quite different effects from the radiation / curse. They're fucking upset about it. Okay, what else we got?
All right, and
We
that
have-
so we have to advance the project clocks. Which
So
so
that
the
is
strong
done.
fishing nets I think was a Bottoms project. So you get to
Yes.
tell us what that looks like.
The which project? I'm sorry.
The making the stronger fishing nets for the fishing like to address the fishing abundance. I mean, there doesn't have to be a lot to say there. Like that's a little.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be like they got them like tightly woven enough that we're able to fish up. I forget the name of the problem piranha thing was.
Like the predators.
The sea beast.
So they can get trapped without breaking free.
We had those in the notes somewhere for what those were called.
Yeah, it's probably labeled in some of the drawings I posted to the Discord.
We should have a dictionary. I mean, I think we do in the Discord. We just need to start putting stuff in it.
What is it? Story so far. Okay. They're called Zyphids.
Right.
Zyphids.
Um,
Allowing the community to capture Zyphids.
So when I looked at that project, I had assumed that this would be giving us an abundance of fish, but it sounds like it's doing something else. It sounds like it's either like it's letting us catch the Zyphids, which is gonna either make things safer or it's gonna let people do things with the Zyphids. Like, what are you thinking, Adams?
You're assuming people can't just eat the Zyphids.
I guess they could.
What, Badams?
Well, they're probably like jellyfish, right?
Oh, right,
But
they are.
I was assuming. I thought we already had an abundance on fishing, so I might have been a little mistaken.
Can you check the abundance at the
I
top?
don't think we do. We have abundant relics, abundant crops, abundant transportation, abundant wildlife, which we could take to mean that. We have scarce food diversity, scarce freedom, and an abundance in faith.
But like, wildlife could mean just terrestrial wildlife, like the ones that are on the cave island. So this could be a new abundance of fish specifically, or it could just mean that the food diversity scarcity just becomes either an abundance or just not a scarcity. Or it could be that they're being used for something, which gives us an abundance. Or it could be that like getting rid of them in this way gives us an abundance of safety in the water or something like that. Like, we can go a little bit more outside the box with this if we want.
Yeah. What you thinking, Babbles?
Yeah, maybe we could do like it's the scarcity in wildlife or whatever
The
isn't a thing anymore.
We already have an abundance in wildlife.
Yeah.
But it's what were we?
The scarcity that we had was
Food diversity.
food diversity and also
Food
freedom, but
diversity.
not
That's what I
really-
meant.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe that could be neutral or beneficial now.
Yeah.
And it opens the door for us to do something with the Zythids.
I would say keep that not as an abundance. I would say just have it not listed as either. It's
normal.
neutral.
Okay. So there's that, and then maybe they could start researching the Zyphids.
But that would have to be up to somebody to start a project on, which
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So strong fishing nets are completed, allowing the community to capture more Zyphids, and I guess reducing the scarcity. Is that how that would be phrased?
Yes.
Reducing
Negating it.
less. Reducing the scarcity of food diversity.
Oh, and a way to think about this is maybe it's not even that they're eating the Zyphids. Maybe it's just that removing predators from the water makes like the things that they prey on more abundant.
That's true too.
Oh, wow! You're really
We're
thinking in
smartable.
terms of ecology.
You've played Subnautica.
I have played Subnautica. That's true.
You're a real Liet Kynes.
Orange says, so Bottoms is any, and Judith is she, her, and Pepper is she, her, and Johanna is he, here, and Zach is he, him, correct? Yes. You are correct.
Correct.
On all counts.
So Zach, you now get to take an action.
In action, I've been waiting for this.
Okay.
So yeah, Zach had an idea like 3 weeks ago,
Oh, right.
apparently.
Sorry, Zach.
What is it? I'm curious.
Well, no need to apologize. Speaking about Subnautica, I went to do a discovery,
Okay.
and I asked permission about this.
Yeah, we can discuss about this a little bit.
Yeah. But the idea the idea I had was that a sea serpent is found, a large, like a colossus-sized sea serpent is found by fishermen.
Ooh.
However, not everyone else, not everyone believes it. The
Okay.
fishermen tell people, and not everyone believes it, and it's become somewhat of an old wives' tale.
I love that.
Okay, yeah.
See, that's interesting because we also discovered that like massive bird before.
Right.
So we have now just massive creatures showing up.
So just to mechanicalize this is you making a discovery, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
I love that so much. Like, he found it and everyone's like, nah, that isn't
Yeah.
real.
and
You're
it's
just
not
making
that-
shit up.
Now I know we live in a world with magic, but yeah, no sea serpents. That can't be real.
It's gone to the point where like when people talk about it, they're adding like different things about it. Oh, this
Okay, so it's
Serpents
definitely becoming more of like it's
has
becoming this like legend
wings
thing.
and serpent hats.
Okay,
Dragon.
can you draw that
I
on
love
the map
that so
somewhere?
much, Zach.
Can I draw on the map?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, very simple drawing. It does not have to be complex at all. In fact, it,
It could
shouldn't
be
be
a
complex.
squiggle.
How do you do it?
You should see on the
Okay.
left side. There's draw.
Okay.
Zach, I love that so much.
That's really good.
So, a coccyx-sized sea serpent is discovered by some fishermen who try to lure others, only for it to become a game of telephone where the story
Yeah.
details are drastically changed, and
Like-
details are drastically changed, with many not believing the existence of the creature at all.
Another idea I had for like probably it's territorial or something, but no one knows. I don't know. That's the idea I had.
Okay,
I like that.
I like it a lot.
it's territorial, or like there's a thought
Yeah.
that it's territorial.
Yeah,
Okay,
All right.
but the community just they don't believe it, but when they talk about it, they're adding stuff like, oh, it's fire breathing, or it has wings, or it has this that, and the other thing. And no
So-
one else, but very few fishermen know what it looks like.
So it's not even a matter of disbelief. It's a matter of people just like believing too much and just adding on to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
Okay, so basically making a legend.
So that
Yeah.
was like the end of this round. And we're gonna change, I think, the turn order like Pepper suggested to what's on the screen.
Yeah, I think that'll make it easier
I can't
for.
see what's on the
Yeah.
screen.
So that
I'll
would be
just-
me, Pepper, Badams, Judith, Zach. Would people be okay with that?
I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't gotten to go yet this time.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
a
large.
little frustrating being all the way at the end of the turn order
Here-
after.
What we'll do is we'll start that next stream. We'll finish a turn order at the end of the stream, and then next stream we'll have it be that order.
Okay.
How's that sound?
I think that sounds like a good solution.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry, I
No,
I
it's
don't
okay.
want to be difficult.
No,
Like,
that's reasonable, and I asked because I wanted people to be honest about their answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason that I want to do that in the first place is just because like people in the chat will be able to actually see the turn order themselves, and it's like more simple in a display manner. But yeah, we can start that next stream. So then that means
So the final turn of summer is me, I believe.
Are you ready?
I believe so. Also, Zach, I'm sorry. I think I might have cut you off. Were you done with your discovery?
yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. 9 of diamonds.
9 of diamonds. A project fails. Which one? Why? Or something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
yeah, which of the 0 projects?
It's gonna have to be adding a new scarcity. Which, to be honest, I was feeling like we had too many abundances anyway.
We do have quite a few.
Yeah. Like, you're not supposed to have this many in this game, but, like, we've gotten kind of lucky. But also, autumn and winter add a lot more scarcities.
It's
so-
funny that we've been lucky because the people here have definitely been having a bad time.
Oh, yes, they have.
Well, the war is just now kicking off.
Yeah. That's it. You gave me a good idea with that. Thank you.
I have an idea as well. I think you're going in the same direction that I'm thinking.
So what I'm thinking is the crops are damaged, which means all these people are now dependent on crops that they can no longer eat.
Ooh.
Like, because they need the prion.
Oh, you went in a much better direction than I was thinking. I love that.
How were the crops damaged?
By the war, I would say. I'm not sure if someone would have set the field on fire per se.
Would that have been part of the riot, maybe, from earlier?
Maybe, but also like someone might have done it because they're like, oh, this is the not the what's the faction that's not the Battalions? I always forget the name.
The Kilova?
The Kilova. I think that like because the prion had spread throughout the whole food chain, people didn't realize it was specifically the crops that they were relying on, and so someone had said, I'm gonna burn this field because that's their source of power. And they didn't realize that everyone was super dependent on those crops, even the people who weren't eating them.
So crops were burned by the rebellion, who did not know that I don't know how to phrase that. Burned by the rebellion, who did not know that.
Who didn't know didn't know about the prion, let's say.
Did not know about the prion dependency that had been created by these very crops.
So I think this has to be worse than just the scarcity of crops. I think we also have to make this a new scarcity in addition to that. I'm trying to think of how to word it. It's like, if people are starving, what do you...
Health?
There's...
Like, this is like an abundance and addiction or something, I don't know.
Yeah,
Scarcity of contentment? I don't know.
What is it when people are... It's like an abundance and withdrawals.
I mean, like, an abundance of starvation would be the straightforward thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Which is ironic because we have so many food abundances, but none of them can actually do anything because, like, they need the prions. So, yeah.
So, starvation abundance?
Or a scarcity of edible food, of suitable food, of
full tummies.
a scarcity of... an abundance of prions. No, that's actually... Scarcity of prions, damn it. Sure, we'll go with that. Normally a scarcity of prions is a good thing, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have any projects to advance.
Nope.
So, I guess I have to do something.
You should do a thing.
Doing a discussion's not a good idea because we need either to discover something new or start a project. But I do kind of want to have, like, people freaking out that, like, hey, I just ate a bunch of food and I still feel hungry. Or, like, it wouldn't even be that. It would just be, like, I threw it all up. Like, I couldn't eat it. Or I guess, like, okay, the crops just burned down. People wouldn't immediately be out of the food that came down the food chain from them.
A project of people beginning to starve.
I don't know if that'd be a project per se, because a project is more about something that the community actively does of its own volition.
Jay Hill,
scarcity of harvest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Scarcity of harvest. Scarcity.
I'm gonna... Okay, I'm gonna discover something new, which is people be... It doesn't make sense for any of this to have happened immediately. Unless we want to say the crops were burned in the previous week when the rebellion started. Or was it 2 weeks ago, I guess?
Yeah.
So people are just now discovering that.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Which the crop scarcity wouldn't have happened now. It would have happened then, but whatever. We're just going to kind of hand wave that a little bit.
We can do retcons. That's fine.
Yeah. So there's been a discovery, which is that food that is from other food chains or just not from Notosia is making people very sick. And I had another thought and it kind of it went away. Yeah, I don't know if they know that it's because of the crops, But also this is starting to affect the food chain. Like the fish are starting to be weird too. Like the vermin are starting to be weird also. Like everything is clearly sick for no apparent reason.
So just how about the community has discovered that everybody's sick?
Mm-hmm. So maybe an abundance of sickness is the way we should go about this.
Yeah.
Or a scarcity of health. Because I think you generally want to keep it abundance is good, scarcity is bad.
So, you know what? What was I gonna say? Dang it.
So yeah, change prion scarcity to health scarcity.
I was gonna say something. Now I don't remember what it was. Yeah. This could lead into something very interesting where people might think that the curse is spread.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think that's outside the scope of me just discovering this.
Yeah,
But
it's just an idea to keep in mind.
Yeah. And this is why and we're going into autumn, and I don't want to spoil anything, but some cards in autumn are harsh.
They're
So-
sucky.
What?
They're sucky.
They're a little sucky, yeah. So, and winter especially is even worse.
If we even get to any of those cards before winter just fucking ends.
Yeah. Before the frost shepherds arrive.
Which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna use my project next turn to start setting that up.
Start setting what up?
Actually, you know what? No, that would be too soon. I need to wait. Yeah.
No, what were you thinking?
I think I mentioned this at the end of the last stream. Like, I think it would be... Is it bad if I just spoil something I'm thinking of doing ahead of time?
I think you can go ahead.
I think it would be interesting if if a group of battalions, maybe even specifically Taro, goes north looking for help, and that is how the Cognatus Empire finds them.
I think we have to be careful with that because a lot of the framing of the Quiet Year usually is that the Frost Shepherds arriving is something that nobody could have expected or predicted in any way. Like, it has to be a complete surprise to everyone, or it doesn't have to be. We can play this game how we want.
I mean, we've already had people from the Cognatus Empire show up at this point.
Well, true, but I mean, we've had people from Cognatus show up. I don't think people know about an empire.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they'd be looking for help from the Empire. I think that's just what gets the Empire's attention. Like,
okay.
I like planting that narrative seed.
I see what you mean. Does anyone else have any thoughts?
Nah.
Not much for this one.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, this is not something I'm doing right now. I'm just probably going to use a turn to do that eventually.
That's fair.
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
All right.
So,
Is it autumn?
It is autumn, and it is your move, Judith.
Did Zach want to say something?
I was thinking something.
What?
So, the community discovered that everyone's sick, correct?
Yeah.
Maybe that. How should I put this? You know, the bird and the sea serpent, them appearing, could be like an omen.
That could also be something. Something
Yeah.
to keep in mind for one of these turns.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, what's the card?
10 of clubs.
Ooh.
Harvest is here and plentiful. Add an abundance. Or cold autumn winds drive out your enemies. Remove a threatening force from the map and the area.
Oh, both of these feel a
Good.
little unsuitable.
They will feel
Yeah.
like good things.
Yeah, they feel like they're not really.
Dang it, I hate when my community prospers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like,
Alright.
the harvest can't be plentiful because we just burned all the crops.
Well, we didn't necessarily burn all of them.
Okay.
It could be a harvest too. It doesn't necessarily need to be food.
Okay, but we are
That's
adding...
true.
Oh, that's true, that's true, that's true.
I mean, I'm going to say that there is an abundance of meat because there's like mass culling of the beasts in the caves.
I like that.
It is not necessarily going to actually help feed anyone.
But everyone's like, oh yeah, we had, like, all of these animals here, and we did nothing with them because we didn't need to. But now that we're starting to get sick, maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
Like, not just sick, but, like, hungry also, I guess. I don't... And maybe that does somewhat address the health scarcity in the short term, because I bet a lot of those are still like they've still been eating the vermin that had the prions, so they're like, it might stave off like the problems a little bit in the short term, but in the long term with the food chain, it's still gonna end up. It's not. I don't think it's addressing the scarcity in the way that we would actually do anything with it, but maybe in the short term, people are reacting to that in that way.
I like your drawing of the sea serpent, Zach.
Yes.
He's a big guy.
I don't think there are any projects to
There
advance,
are
are there?
Not.
I'm just gonna tell you
Alright.
guys right now, there are several cards in this in autumn where if you don't have a project going, it's bad.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, the good news is I am about to start a project that is probably going to be very long.
All right.
So, I am going to say that the Kilovas start a project to properly hire those tall riders
Ooh.
as mercenaries.
I thought that was already a thing that was happening.
I think they showed up, but they haven't hired them yet, right?
I thought that they'd been hired.
I thought that they
Okay,
were hired.
well, there is a second part of this anyway that I guess is just going to be the main project.
Okay.
The Kilovas are going to have their Tall Rider mercenaries train troops on their island.
Train what? Sorry.
Train troops.
Oh, train troops. Yeah. Okay.
And that is probably going to take like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, contempt. I'm taking contempt on that immediately.
Yeah, honestly, can I take a retroactive contempt for the war starting?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. We should have had multiple for that, probably. I think we all forgot contempt existed.
Yeah, we always do, because it doesn't really have any mechanical significance.
Yeah.
We splurged on contempt in the early phases of
did.
the game.
All
We
right,
had
so
no
that's-
idea how much we would hate each other.
So I'd say give me 2 contempt. And then give Judith a contempt. Does anyone else want to take contempt for the war starting?
Probably.
All right.
That's Badams' first contempt.
It is.
It's
Mine-
genuinely, it's like a nothing good happens, so I would be contempting on like every turn.
Yeah, fair.
We don't have much good stuff.
Remind me
Some
of
good stuff early in the game.
Contempt is just like basically when you think someone in the community will not like the event that just occurred.
Yeah.
okay.
And like it
Just
doesn't.
all you do is say contempt.
And also, like, if things get better, we can remove contempt also. But, like, one at a time. You can't be, like, remove 5 contempt that I've placed down. And it's just, like... It's just kind of a barometer for how the community's feeling right now.
Right now, there are currently 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18 contempt in total.
Which, the way this game is run with the physicals, like, with you actually buying the physical set from them, there's only 20 contempt tokens. Things are bad.
Yeah.
All right. I believe it is Badams' turn.
Pepper, did you add that to the project? To the...
Yes.
Just let me know when you're ready for me to pull the card.
So this is
Tall
training
Riders... Yeah.
of troops by the Tall Riders. By Kilova's Tall Riders. By Kilova's Tall Riders. How many weeks was that?
5 or 6, we were saying. So, let's say... 5.
Yeah, 5 sounds good.
Okay.
Right, Badams, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay.
All right. 5 of clubs.
Okay. The parish arrive. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community, and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry?
Interesting. The parish, I suppose, could just be like a stand-in for like a foreign religion, basically. That's doing missionary work.
Imagine if the Tall Riders in the middle of training troops just start marauding everywhere.
I could see it. Well, those both sound good. I don't know.
I want something good to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, we do kind of
I'm
need
gonna
that.
say the gang are from like the far east, and they're really unprepared for actual combat, but they're very they're like gold-plated armor and like very high-quality weaponry, but none of them know how to use it.
Why are they coming all the way here if they don't know how to? Oh, they're just like assuming there's no like. Oh, there's no one who's going to resist over there. Like,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
okay,
much.
that makes sense. That makes
So-
sense. Like this is what we'll do to train, basically.
This is just a random
They're
group that's
easy
showing up.
pickings for us, but how we deal with them if we want to like be friends, I don't know. But
So this is just a group from like far away.
yeah, a highly incompetent group of marauders.
Hey, hi.
So
That-
who's
that
getting
sounds
their
so
weapons and
Adams.
armor?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Who wants to fight them?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Of
Or we can wait until another turn, but
Marauders. Oh, I did it. I spelled it right. Show up with gold-plated armor.
And by the way,
And-
I think this is going to work out perfectly for us to have 2 full rounds, because it's been pretty much exactly an hour, and
Oh yeah.
That's true.
this is exactly the turn rotation.
Oh, you're right.
So, a highly incompetent group of marauders show up with gold-plated armor and like finely decorated weapons. But they're not good stuff, right?
Yeah, we didn't say anything about like. Hang on, let me look at exactly how this question's worded. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? Okay, yeah, we did address that. How
We
many
didn't
would you
say
say
how-
it was, Badams?
Yeah.
A group of like 35 or so.
Okay, and what happens from this?
Well, let me look at the map.
Also, once again, we should probably ask like what species this will be too,
Ooh, good
because
question.
once again, like the Lopi don't know much about other species.
Well, okay, they don't know a lot about humans. I don't know that they.
They don't know about a lot of species that aren't from Dragartha.
Okay, that's fair.
And like Dragartha has its own this very specific localized group of species that don't show up in many other places, and vice versa.
Okay.
It's kind of sectioned off from the rest of the planet.
I do feel like we should assume there was probably some trade, but
Yeah,
most of them would probably not really have much.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
exposure.
like it's the rest of the world. It's like the Forbidden Land or the New Land or whatever.
Oh, okay. I don't think I realized that. That makes sense.
What was the girl that showed up that was trying to bring people on an expedition?
Oh, Jimmy.
She was an Owlay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe they land around the same port that she's been staying at, and she's more aware of like where they come from.
Okay.
So does she have? Are they like from the same place as her, or?
Maybe not the same, but they're aware of one another, or at
Gotcha.
least she's aware of them.
So
I love that she's still kicking around.
Yeah. So what exactly are they? Like what sort of species are they? They can be something you make up, or they can be something that exists already, or. Hmm.
That's a good question.
You know, it's perfect that you name.
They're goat
oh.
people.
Okay, interesting. 35 goat people marauders.
Well, that's their problem. This isn't mountains. This is water.
What
You're
the
way
hell are they
outside your
doing
element.
here? They came in on a boat that was like very mountain shaped. Or they came in on a boat, but they're all like standing on the side of the boat.
It's at like a very steep angle.
Yeah. They come up on like a half capsized boat.
Instead of like climbing the riggings, they just have like rock climbing holds
Yeah.
all over
Yes. I actually love that idea.
Yeah, this is a good species that's coming up. Badams, this is sounding like a One Piece group.
It super sounds like a One Piece group.
It sounds like a pirate crew that we could definitely see. Also, I just wanted to say this is off topic, but Jimmy, being the like Owlay girl, is pretty. That name is pretty perfect because like that is kind of like the naming construction of the Owlay that we've had in other series
Awesome.
as well.
Hell yeah.
Like the other ones were
Completely an accident on my part.
like
I think it was a joke about it sounding like Jimmy, wasn't
it
it?
was, yeah.
It was.
But there was like it was one that Brett had worked on. It was there was one named Quack Raw, and then there was another one. I forget. That was something else. Like
I do have to hand it to Brett. Quackraw's a very good name.
yeah. I don't remember what the other character name was, but yeah.
Ooh, Mupikun says satyrs. Are they goat people or are they satyrs? That's interesting. I mean, satyrs kind of are goat people, but like, are they like?
I think they have
do they
goat
look like
heads.
satyrs or are they more goat-like than that?
In my head, I was thinking of a magic card, to be honest.
Okay.
I will be right back.
Okay, Zach. Like, do they have goat heads? Like, what's their level
Like,
of
I could send a
goatage?
picture of the card if you
Please
want.
do.
Yeah. I want to know what their level
Where
of
would I put
goatage
this?
is.
Just put it in. I don't know. One of the
Just in
things in
general.
Discord doesn't matter. General, fine. Yeah. Oh, that's not even a goat person. That's like an antelope person.
You know,
I
that is
like
true,
that.
yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, they're both bovids.
true. I really like that. That's good art.
Yeah.
So should I change it to antelope people? Or should we keep it as goat people? Antelope goat people.
Let me know if you want a species name. Or also, I mean, I realize I don't need to name everything. Sorry.
Well, the magic card is Zedru.
Is that that specific person or?
That's like a name, but I feel like that could double as a species.
Okay.
We won't get sued.
Or fantasy.
Yeah, like, is that-
I hope not.
Is that us just kind of being like a little too
I
much?
don't think
with
they're
magic?
gonna sue us for that.
No, they're not going to sue us, but I mean, like, is that what the species is called in Magic, or is that just that character's name?
That's just the name. I don't know what the species is called specifically.
Okay, then we can probably do it. And we can...
How's that spelled?
Zedruu.
Ooh, I like the W. Not the W, the double U.
What if I do, like...
You
change it up
got
a
there
little bit?
before I could make that joke. God damn it.
There you go, now it's more... Now if I add a comma, or not a comma, an apostrophe, halfway through the name, it's like a reference instead. Of a copy. Right? This looks good?
Yeah, I think that looks good. I like that.
There's actually a spelling suggestion for that. Is that true a word?
No, I don't think it is. I think that a lot of like Google Docs spelling suggestions are just weird these days.
I'm so curious. Zedru.
Oh well.
Okay, it does reference. It comes up. Yeah, okay, it brings up the magic card.
They say Minotaur monk? That's not a Minotaur. What?
I
Like
mean,
they had a better name for it.
depends
Mechanically,
on
at
how you
least.
define Minotaur. If it's any kind of bovid as the top half, then yeah, that counts. Because yeah, fun fact, antelopes and goats are all bovids. And sheep.
Very interesting.
They're all ruminants.
So do you have an action to take, Badams?
Also, you have to advance the clock.
Yes.
Maybe hold a discussion.
Okay.
There's other things we could do with the group.
So for it to be a discussion, would you mind just waiting until Zach gets back? And also just, you're going to have to open with either a statement or a question and just think about what that is.
Take your time for your thoughts.
Yes.
Jody, we did an almost 6-hour stream yesterday.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
It was fun. We finished up Resident Evil 7. That was a good game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I returned that. Miss anything?
Nope.
Nope.
We're about to start a discussion.
Oh, the people, by the way, the Marauders are antelope goat people.
And they're called Zedru.
Okay.
So, Badams, whenever you're ready, you can start that discussion.
His lead with like,
Either a
despite
question.
their aggression, these aren't people that can functionally harm us.
Okay.
Would we rather attempt to befriend them?
Okay, so Pepper, you get the first response once you're done typing.
Oh, I didn't know Pepper was the first responder.
What?
The only good one. That's
No.
not true.
It's not me.
That's not true. Not all first responders are cops. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah,
I'm so used to
Jody.
people saying
Jody
that.
hates
Like,
firemen.
Jody. Okay.
I'm so used to saying people saying first responders when they really just mean cops. You know.
Yeah. Despite their aggression, these aren't people who can remotely harm us. Should we befriend them? Okay, so then the next statement would be... yeah, why not? They're so cute.
Alright, Zach.
Let's be cautious, but wait and see what they do.
Okay.
What could they possibly have to offer us? Just kill them and be done with it.
The battalions could always use more allies.
I feel like I'm writing for a courtroom.
Well, you're a first responder and a stenographer? Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, and then Badams has the last sentence again, right?
Yeah, the Badams, you get to finish it up with another response.
From the perspective of the first person, or from a different...
From any perspective.
I think if we choose to threaten them, then their riches could be ours.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Good turn, Badams.
Yeah. I like these Zedru people.
Now, Pepper, it's you.
It's my turn? Is it my turn again?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We went quick that time.
I guess so.
By quick, I mean like an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
that's
we
true.
didn't start the game immediately, and we did a lot of recap stuff. So that was probably like what, 45 minutes?
Something like that. The stream was great so far. All of Pepper streams. Oh, thank you, Jay Hill. I'm glad you liked the stream yesterday, and I hope you like this one too, and the future ones. Jay Hill also says the best kind of diplomacy, the kind done by threats and force.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. I'm also glad Jay Hill is live. Yes. So what card am I getting today?
You are getting the King of Clubs.
Uh-oh. Does that mean...
No, we don't move on, but it's not
But
a good
it's
card.
still pretty bad.
Okay, King of Clubs. The King of Clubs. A natural disaster strikes the area. Choose one. You focus on getting everyone to safety, remove in abundance, and a project fails. Or, you focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result.
Mm.
We've had people dying all the time. That's not much of an issue at this point.
Yeah,
I think a hurricane would do us pretty good right here.
that's fair.
With some pretty intense flooding.
You heard it here, folks. Pepper likes hurricanes.
What? What does that mean? I had to choose one.
No, I know. It's just you said a hurricane would be pretty good
That would
right
be pretty.
here.
You know what? Let's get a solid hurricane in here. That sounds great. I miss a good hurricane. Okay. So a natural disaster strikes the area. It's a hurricane. So. Let's see. I think the battalions, it hits them pretty bad, and they want to protect their supplies because they've gathered so much of the like relic weapons and tools, and are making weapons and tools. And they manage to keep it, but also lose like a solid 10% of their people.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And
it
what
was
about
really bad? It came from above.
What about the
which is where they are.
Kilobas? How are they hit?
They're hit, but not as bad. They get some kind of like the backswing of it. And they also go for the supplies because, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That seems honest.
yeah. And they lose a lot of their workers, but probably to a lesser degree. Okay. A hurricane strikes the islands.
A hurricane.
Hurricane strikes the islands. And
Pepper, I'm making fun of your typing.
thank you. People are quick to protect their supplies. Hurricane strikes the islands, and people are quick to protect their supplies, with leading to the death of 10% of the battalion's people who were hit the hardest. Okay.
So we advanced the project clocks.
Yes. You are the good person at reminding me for that, because I am not good at remembering the project clocks.
All right, and now you have one of those options for your take an action.
I think I should also start a project,
Okay.
and it is... Oh, can I add some lore, Bottoms, to the Zedru?
Sure.
What if they chased the, like, serpent thing that Zach made here? What do you think of that?
I like that.
And then it's just like, right after this hurricane, some of the people and the Zedru decide, go like, oh my gosh, it's the serpent must have caused this, and they just go for like a hunt for it.
I like the idea that like the Zedru have seen the sea serpent before, so everyone else is talking like, yeah, it's got like 100 eyes and wings all over its body, and they're like, what
are
the
you
fuck
talking
are you
about?
talking about? It's a big snake.
So like, yeah, what about the idea of like a project starting where people are like, this hurricane, that was the work of the serpent demon monster thing. So they, and like a chunk of the Zedru just go off to try to hunt it.
Okay.
I'm curious about Adam's thoughts for that, because that's like the Zedru, and also Zach's thoughts for that, because that's the serpent.
I like that. I feel like the Zedru are gonna get themselves killed.
Yeah. This is a weird thing to do when the last thing we knew about the Zedru, they were still actively hostile to the community. But
They quickly were just like, we're here, I guess. We'll just chill.
okay. That feels like okay.
No, is that too much?
That's not really where we left that, but I don't know. Everyone was pretty dismissive of them, like, in the discussion. So I think we can maybe go with that.
I mean, that was kind of how Badam set them up in the first
Yeah.
place.
That's fair.
They're kind of useless.
Yeah, it was more of like an option of like, if we wanted to, we could just shake them down for their expensive armor and
Fair.
like kick them back on their boat.
Yeah, maybe some of them are like, yeah, when they like die on this wild goose chase, then maybe we could just take their armor and stuff.
Actually, I was gonna make a suggestion. If they want to leave to go on that hunt, maybe they should have to leave their armor as collateral.
Ooh, interesting. What do you think of that, Pepper? It's your
Collateral
turn.
for what?
Like that they'll come back,
Like,
I guess.
yeah, collateral that they'll come back, because otherwise they could just run away.
Or
like-
maybe not even that. Maybe it's not even like maybe it's not even like we care if you come back. Maybe it's just this is what we actually value. If you're gonna go off and get yourself killed by a serpent, like at least leave this here.
Or maybe they like trade it in for like a not actually that great boat that
And like a
Philippi
single
lent them.
harpoon.
Yeah. Okay.
Oops.
Whoa.
Oops, my bad.
Some superstitious Lopi fishermen join the Zedru for a hunt for the sea serpent, of which they had been apparently chasing here. They trade a not that great boat for them to use on their hunt in return for their shiny armor. Some superstitious low-pi fishermen joined the Zedru for a hunt for the sea serpent of which they had been apparently chasing here. Believing that it had brought the hurricane. And they trade a not that great boat for them to use on their hunt in return for their shiny armor. Okay. I'll say that's like, should that be 2 or 3 weeks?
I think 3, maybe even 4.
Let's go 3 then.
Okay.
Okay.
Why does Google Docs do that sometimes with the fractions? It's annoying.
I don't know. It just like corrects them into this weird thing. Okay. So then whose turn's next? Zach, was it?
Yes.
Alright, you ready?
Yes.
Ace of clubs.
Ace of clubs.
Community goes assess with single project. Which one? Why choose one? They decide to take more time to ensure that it's perfect. After 3 weeks of project time, they drop everything else to work on it. All of the projects fail.
Ooh, that's kind of brutal.
There are no projects underway out of scarcity born of idleness.
Okay, but we do have projects underway. Pepper, can you pull up what those are?
The projects underway are training of troops by Clovis Tall Riders and the Serpent Hunt.
Okay. I think it'd be interesting. They drop everything else to work on the training of the troops.
Oh.
Okay.
Which means that the serpent hunt immediately fails.
They get about like 20 feet out into the ocean, and the serpent just eats the like whole ship in one bite.
I don't even think the serpent's involved. I think the ship just sinks.
They just hit a rock.
Yeah.
They make a wrong turn and they end up landing on Kadron.
Ah.
Oh, now we're irradiated, and also we can't leave. Uh-oh.
I guess that's up to
It's
Zach.
up to you, Zach.
Yeah.
Right?
It's up to you. Like, what happens to the serpent hunt people?
Why does the Serpent Project fail?
I think-
in other words.
In order to fit with the card, what it would be is just like people who otherwise would have gone on it decide to work on training the troops instead. Is that? But like, we can go. Like that's the truest to the wording of the card, but we can go broader than that, or in a different direction.
Why do I think it failed? Well, they're unarmed, so they have the armor, right? So
Yeah. So like they find the serpent really quick, and then, okay, that's true. But like,
they cross the serpent's territory, and
Yeah.
turns out he's actually territorial.
Fair. But like, okay, so why does focusing on training the troops make that happen?
I think that is more of a priority.
Oh, is that you said they have no weapons? Is it because they weren't able to bring weapons because all the weapons were going to the troops?
No, I said they have no armor. Because we're saying, someone said that they left all their armor as collateral,
Right.
and they went there.
Did the armor go to the
with, like,
troops?
It could have.
Right?
Did the armor go to the troops?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
That makes a lot of sense.
loss of the Zedru's armor is leads to. So this isn't. When I was talking about them going on this like hunt, it wasn't all of the Zedru. It was like
I was gonna say, in like a month, everyone's like, "Hey, remember when those goat people showed up and immediately died? What was with that?"
yeah. I think there's a few. We should have a little bit of diversity
That's
here.
fair.
You
That's
know?
fair. Yeah.
The loss of the Zedru's armor leads to all of the ones that had gone upon the hunt being instantly killed by the serpent once they entered its territory. All of the armor ended up in the hands of the Kilova's troops, right?
Yes.
Kilova's troops. Which in turn led to a faster train until led to the completion of their train.
Oh no, it doesn't. Mechanically, that doesn't make that happen faster. It's just that the other things fail. That's.
Oh, so that one isn't done.
No, that one's not done. That one hasn't moved forward.
I thought it was like make one finish and the other one fail.
No, it's just like
No, good things don't happen.
no. It's
Right.
it's either that the one that you want takes longer to finish, or everything else fails.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah. Which like
There is actually a project finishes early one this month, but it's only one card.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like it is funny to imagine like we could have gone the other way with that, where it's like everyone's suddenly really serious about this like this serpent hunt, and everyone wants to do it right, and suddenly it's going to be like a multi-month thing, and I don't know. That's a funny image also.
Yeah. Okay, so now you have an action.
Well, also you have to advance the project clock, please.
Did I not?
I don't believe so.
Oh, I'm such a bad pepper.
You're not a bad pepper. You're the best pepper I know.
Whoa.
There's a card this month that I'm really hoping to get because it has some fun possibilities.
I hope so. Hope you get it then. Okay, what activity? What action do you want to take, Zach?
And
Action.
before you say that, I actually want to like catch up with the chat a little bit. Jay Hill says you can't make an omelet without about 12 cases of war crimes.
I've done it with fewer. I've done it with like 4 cases of war crimes.
That's
before.
pretty impressive, Jody.
By the way, Jody, that is it's a very jawed line.
Oh yeah, it is. He would say that.
Movie-kun says it's like saying, "Give us your cloths." Instant fail. Oof. Yeah, it didn't go so well. Didn't go so well there. Okay, yeah. So the actions.
I think a discussion. I'd be interested in the discussion on the serpent. So,
Okay. So what sort of
Interesting.
statement or question do you want to raise to the community?
the statement I want to raise is
Well, shit.
like, the statement is maybe the fishermen were right. This is our ocean, and if this thing is real, we need to find a way to take care of it.
Okay, maybe the fishermen were right. Men were right about this serpent. This is our waters. We should take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've wasted enough time on this serpent. We're all sick. We need to focus.
We'll waste enough time on the serpent
Enough time and lives on this serpent.
and lives on this serpent. We're sick and we need to focus.
I wonder if we can weaponize the serpent against the battalions.
I wonder if we can use the serpent, or weaponize the serpent.
Either works.
Weaponize the serpent against the battalions.
I believe that's you, Mab Adams.
I think we should focus on issues that we can actually catch.
Peppa.
Peppa. Can we try just one more time?
Can we drop a few more dozen lives on this serpent, please?
That's just a local like fisherman who's still alive.
I mean, did all of the Zedru die doing that, or
No.
just most of them?
No,
There's probably still some being like, "Hey."
Everyone
Yeah.
who went died, but not all the Zedru went.
Yeah. I'd say like 2/3 of them went. Also, I don't know why. So, like, we have what they look like, those antelope things, but this one's for you, Jody. Remember, Beyond Good and Evil?
Yeah.
Remember what's his face? The soldier guy?
Double H.
Double H. Remember his armor? It was like big.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like imagining the armor.
Oh,
Look like.
yeah. Perfect. It's
Except a
also
little more
impervious to
decorative.
lasers, but no one knows that because no one's seen lasers.
Yeah. Hi, Eric, Uriel Hendrickson. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. We're playing tabletop stuff, making stories. Okay, so with that, Zach, you can finish it off with the discussion with one more sentence.
Oh,
I
thought
thought
that-
no,
oh,
because Zach didn't start with a question.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
Oh, so there isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You only get to finish it off with another statement if you didn't make a statement at the beginning, if you made a
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
It's Jody's turn now, right?
I believe so.
All right. 3 of clubs.
Ooh. Someone leaves the community after issuing a dire warning. What is the warning? Or, someone issues a dire warning and the community leaps into action to avoid disaster. What is the warning? Start a contentious project that relates to it.
Alright.
I think someone figures out finally the whole like, oh, we're sick because we need those crops. And they decide, I don't care if this gives the kill of us more power again. We need to all work together to build up this farm. Everyone, including the battalions, needs this. Everyone work together on this farm. I'm going to say that's 6 weeks, and the battalions are not happy.
So some finally realized the sickness is due to a lack of the specific crops with the prions, and then what was it?
And everyone, like, so we start, so everyone needs to work together to rebuild the farm on the Moonlight Island.
Says everyone needs to work together to rebuild the farms on Moonlight Island. Okay.
And battalions are taking part as well, but they are not happy, and because they're like doing it very begrudgingly, it's a very long-term project. I'm gonna say 6 weeks because that's the longest we can start with.
Very begrudgingly making this
Oh wait,
project.
could I go the
take
other way with this?
forever.
Maybe because it's so necessary, the battalions are able to like take a small portion of the Moonlight Island for themselves, like as like, if you want our help, some of this is our territory now.
That could be interesting.
That's better. Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very begrudgingly.
And it's so like
That's
everyone's
very partisan.
yeah, everyone like yeah, everyone really is not happy with this arrangement, but everyone needs the crops.
but do so by demanding a small portion of Kilova's island for their own. Okay.
So I'm still saying that's like a 6-week project.
Okay. So basically fixing the crops.
Mhm.
Fixing the moonlight crops. 0 out of 6. 4 out of what? 4 out of 5 for training of the troops. Okay.
All right, and now I get an action.
Oh wait, yeah, okay, you did kick the project forward. Got
I
it.
did indeed.
It's the training the troops is finishing next turn, so it's too late for the battalions to start a project related to that, or at least to stop that. So I'm gonna say they're gonna start up a project to build up their own military forces in response.
Who's doing this?
The battalions?
So they're increasing their already made one, or
Or like
Can I
they're
make
just
a
kind of,
suggestion.
yes.
There's what if they were specifically trying to develop relic tech into
Ooh.
more effective weapons?
I totally forgot they had the relic tech. You're right. Yeah.
The needle guns.
Because they went to the needle gun island, and there was also that other relic island that they
With
found.
needle ammo.
Right.
No, they weren't
Needle
islands. They
ammo.
were. I thought they were ships.
Well, yes, but
Like
Yeah.
crashed bits. Yeah. Okay.
so they're gonna start a project. Really, like there's been so much happening, they couldn't really focus on the relic tech. Now they're gonna actually research it, and figure out how to weaponize it. Which I think should be a relatively long project. So that like on a dramatic level, I want the Kilova to have the upper hand for a little bit, and also just like realistically, it would take a while.
Okay.
Right.
So 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay.
I think 5.
Yeah, 5.
Battalions. Relic weapons. 5, we said?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now it's
All right.
Judith.
Sure.
I hope you get the card you
2
wanted.
of clubs. It was not the card I
clubs.
wanted. I wanted the 4 of clubs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
However, someone returns to the community. Who? Where were they? Oh, I really shouldn't have brought Taro back so soon. God damn it.
That's okay.
Or you find a body. Do people recognize who it is? What happened? Can I make a slight retcon?
I think so.
Yeah.
What if Hagios Kilova's body was never found?
Oh.
They just went missing.
Okay. I think that's fair.
I'm not saying they return, I'm saying you find a body.
Can I
What
add something
happened?
to that? Because,
Maybe? I mean,
part of the whole thing where the rebellion started pushing further was just kind of like largely due to the fact that he was dead. So
yeah.
what if, like, they do know he's dead? He wouldn't, but like, it's this body thing was actually them finding out like how he was killed.
Well, I mean, I was gonna have it specifically be that it turns out they found the body in the killer's house or something, but
Could also go the other direction where it's like, oh, he died like spelunking. He wasn't actually assassinated. But
Well, I don't know.
yeah.
I think it was kind of important that he was assassinated and that people know that. That was kind of
Yeah,
like
I see what you
part of
mean.
that turn for me.
I see what you mean.
yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm thinking through some possible ideas here. Someone returns to the community. There really isn't anyone who.
Well, it doesn't
if
have to be
were
someone
more than
we
one
know of.
person. It could be the elders, but
Yeah.
like maybe.
It doesn't have to be someone we know of. It could be someone who was part of the community before they came to the islands.
That's true. I was overthinking that. I am going to say
Also, wasn't Taro not the only person who was exiled and came back?
that is true. There was also Bimas, and I
Yeah.
think yeah, I was considering having Bimas be the person who killed that Kilova, Hagios Kilova, but I think we gotta keep it from just being the same few characters doing everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm going to say that there is another Kilova who had been left for dead basically when everyone left. Like everyone thought that they were captured by Tall Riders. Who was actually Teltas's boyfriend.
Oh.
Who has returned.
And as a reminder, Teltas is one of the top lieutenants for the Kilovas, who's also...
No.
Oh, no.
Tilte is
Tilte is. Okay, my bad.
the lieutenant.
Right.
Teltas is her son, who is kind of playing both sides.
Right.
She's forcing him to set up a healing church for the Church of Igle, but also he is working with the Bertalians.
A healing church, you say? Grant us
Yes.
eyes.
That was loaded.
Okay.
What's the name for him? Give me a second. I can do this. What was his fucking name? This is only gonna take me a sec, I swear.
It's okay.
Was this a boyfriend or girlfriend or different?
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Okay, Kittleva, Teltas's boyfriend, who was left behind and thought to be killed by the Tall Riders and Dragartha, shows up suddenly.
I'm gonna say Iabades.
How do you spell that?
Iabbides.
Sorry, you have to do it a little slower.
It's okay. Iabbides.
IABID.
It's what I say before putting a large chunk of dinosaur meat on top
Yes.
of my car.
Community note, not what he says.
Okay. IABID.
Sorry, yeah, say
IABID.
ES.
ES.
You've done 2 names so far that really make me think of Aglaminate.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. That's fine with me. Aglaminate has a cool name.
This is me doing my classic thing of jumbling a name.
That's how I do it too. Don't worry.
He's being named after famous ancient Greek twunk Alcibiades.
Twunk?
Twink and Hunk.
Isn't that just a person that's not? Isn't that just like a normal person?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's like... You're putting 2 opposites together in some ways here.
That's just
No,
a standard person.
It's like a buff gay guy who's completely hairless.
Okay.
Twunk.
Twunk. It's a fun word.
So, Iabades. Adams, your joke is.
Yeah.
It's just, I keep thinking every time I say it now.
Not what he says.
Iabades, Kalova, Teltas's boyfriend, who was left behind and thought to be killed by the Tall Riders and Dragartha, shows up suddenly.
And he is not siding with his family. I'm just gonna add that.
Not siding with.
He hasn't necessarily sided with the Bertalians, but he is disgusted by what his family is doing.
Okay, and I'll just say he is disgusted. Disgusted by what his family.
Should I explain where he was?
If you want to.
I feel like I've already done a lot here.
All you said is someone has shown up.
Okay.
So yeah, you could do more.
Yeah. Where was he? Let me look at the map again. I am actually gonna say that he was on... Okay. He had managed to hide from the Tall Riders back on Dragartha, and... Okay, the shitty boat that the Zedru were in washed up on shore, and he sailed that onto the islands.
Yabadies. Yabadies nuts.
Oh god, I have created a monster.
Can that be his catchphrase? Yabadies nuts.
Oh my god.
I was like,
I love you,
I
Pepper.
think it would be interesting if I explicitly made a character gay.
That's what he says when he finally sees Teltas again. Ooh, I'm a Yabadies nuts. And then they have a good time. Yabba dabba doo.
We haven't even thought through the physiology of the species. Do they have balls?
I don't know.
Well, you're the one who knows the most about raptors, I feel. So, Judith, what do you say?
I bet they have like 3 balls.
I mean, it is actually dependent on the species of dinosaur. There are actually a few kinds of dinosaur where we found their cloacas, like impressions of their cloacas preserved. Yeah. Anyway, advanced projects.
Yabadies cloacas.
So, we have about 10 minutes. I'm not
I
sure.
was fine with running later just so we can get to the end of the cycle.
Okay, if you're sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Since there's just going to be one more turn for that anyway.
We know that
So
there will be.
No,
there'll be-
because we're finishing Badams' turn, and that's 2 full cycles this time.
Okay, I see what you mean.
J Hill says
Yeah.
excellent catchphrase, 10 out of 10.
I just thought that would be fair, you know.
I do like, this is off topic, I do like how, like, the evolution of a joke, even if it's under 5 minutes, of how, like, Yabides was like a Yabba Dabba thing, and it turned into Yabides Cloaca. And
Yeah.
it just makes no sense anymore. But that's great.
Oh.
Yeah. So, advanced projects.
Advance in projects. Training of the troops by Kilova's Tall Riders is done.
Alright. I'm gonna say that, yeah, she has a... I mean, not just she. The Kilovas in general have an army of their own troops. They do outnumber the battalions, but also they're far more poorly armed because they don't really have relic tech.
So, the Kilova's troops are fully trained. Can you repeat that?
They definitely outnumber the battalions, but they also are very poorly armed because they don't have they don't have relic tech. And because there was not much armor, basically only members of the Kilova family and their inner circle get to wear the armor.
Okay.
And let me know when you're done typing that up. Because I have a project to start.
Okay, so the Kilova's troops are fully trained. They far outnumber the battalions, but are much more poorly armed in comparison due to the lack of relic tech. The Zetru armor ends up in the hands of the Kilova Inner Circle.
Yep.
Okay.
And I am starting a project, which I think is going to be a full 6 weeks,
Okay.
for the battalions to use relic tech to make their own miniature moon tower on Bertal.
Ooh, I like that.
Obviously, it is not going to be anywhere near as big. It's not going to be big enough to light up the entire island, but they just need a field, basically.
Battalions use relic tech to make their own version of a moonlight tower, but are only able to make one large enough to light up a single field.
That feels like a long project.
Yeah, I said 6 weeks.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Battalion tower. Okay.
You might say that we're setting up for 2 towers.
No, you might not say that.
You might never ever say that, as a matter of fact. Just like you didn't just say it.
Fuck you, Judith.
Okay.
Fuck me yourself.
Wow.
Alright.
It is anniversary.
Yeah.
Okay, whose turn's next?
That would be
Badams.
Badams.
Adams. Capping it off for us today,
Okay.
Adams.
Jack of Clubs. It's a nice one.
Oh, yay. Are we getting a little bit of happiness again?
1 second.
Never mind, I'm looking at what the projects that are running are.
Never mind.
A project finishes early. Which one? Why? If there are no projects underway, restlessness, blah blah blah.
If there's
So
no
what are our
project
projects
underway,
right
what?
now? If there are no projects underway, stuff happens, but we have projects underway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not
So
relevant.
we have fixing the moonlight crops, 1 out of 6. The battalion's relic weapons being constructed, 1 out of 5, and battalion tower, 0 out of 6.
Maybe the battalions, like, in their like search for new technology, they find like automatons from whatever civilization these were from that
Ooh.
help reconstruct items.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like they find like maybe like automatons and like that have like the blueprints and
Like
maybe
in
maybe
their
things that made
code.
the original Moonlight Tower.
Oh yeah, I like that.
You know what could be interesting here also?
What?
Is so like these relics came from ancient humans who crashed their spaceships here because it's far future. What if this Moonlight Tower came from some of those? Because most of the humans that crash landed on across this whole planet weren't able to do anything with the tech remaining. It was all like gone. But what if theirs wasn't completely gone and they constructed this Moonlight Tower themselves? Which is why also they have some automatons left over with like blueprints in their mind still. What is that? How's that sound, Babs?
I like it.
I like it. Okay, cool. So that means the tower is done, right?
Yeah. Which, I think normally when a project finishes early, the person who made it finish early gets ownership of it rather than the person who started it. Sorry, Judith. So,
That's okay.
Adams, what does that look like once the tower comes online for the battalions?
Sorry, say that one more time.
So, because you're the one who made this finish early, you get authorship over what it looks like now that it's done. Like, what happens. So, yeah. So, what do you think happens now with this tower being done?
Well, did you have any ideas, Judith?
I mean, honestly, I didn't want to go wrong. I think it's gonna work. Like, basically just, I did not want the battalions to completely starve to death. And I know that they have their own share of the island, of the Moonlight Island, but, like, I think that they would probably not want to be dependent on that, but...
Yeah.
And also this just gives them like a surplus.
Well, not even a surplus. It's not even enough to maintain their island.
Okay.
Like, it's one field. It's not a lot of food. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It works. That's all I've got.
That's pretty much the only thought I have too.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that
was
would be
not
crazy.
thinking I'd have to figure out what would happen this soon.
Yeah. You thought you had another week for it,
It has
probably.
a big eye on it. That's the same as the robots.
Is it like
Ooh.
Sauron? Sauron?
Like the tower is one of the automatons, but it's immobile.
Oh.
oh,
I like
interesting.
that.
So that could be also more reason for it to be not as big.
Also, do we want like this is just flavor. Like, because the other one's a Moonlight Tower, do we want to say that the battalion's like, no, this is the Sunlight Tower. This is completely different.
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
Although at the same time, the Moonlight Tower makes it always daytime.
True. But like, we'll say there's like,
I mean, it could be an Eye of Sauron thing. Like, it could always be active, like looking around.
well, I didn't mean that. I mean like the idea of what Jody said. Of like, what if they're just like, what if we call this one the Sunlight Tower? Because fuck those
yeah,
Clovas. For calling
ours
it
is
Moonlight
different.
Tower.
Where's the equal and opposite?
Well, that's what I meant. Like, it's active, so it lights up.
So it's called, but like, what they call it, the Sunlight
It keeps
Tower?
the area lit so that they have a reason to call it the Sunlight
Okay,
Tower.
okay, I
Gotcha.
get you. Their tower, which they call the Sunlight Tower.
I'm wondering if they make it a god or not.
Just like the other one.
I mean, this, I don't have authorship here, so this, you can overwrite me. My thought, or Badams can overwrite me, I mean. My thought was that, like, the battalions are kind of, would not want to make it, like, would not want to worship it, would not want to make it out to be like a god, because that's what's happening in the Kalova side. They just kind of would be more aggressively secular about it.
Mm.
Maybe. But on the other hand, like, the Kilovas have managed to spread their religion even outside of their own territory.
True. Oh, so maybe there's some people who are already primed to, like, yeah, I see what you mean.
Again, Badams, this is very much up to you.
I don't think I have a preference on either way. I like both.
I think, for me personally, I'm along with you now, Judy. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Alright.
I'm catching up.
And I'm going to say that this god is named Auge.
Iglay and Auglay.
Iglay and Auge.
Auge. Okay.
Auge. Means sunlight.
Okay, so you're
Giving
gonna have
me
to
lots
recap
of-
me on that last part.
What was that?
You're gonna have to recap me on that last part.
It's now also worshipped as a god named Auge. Giving me lots of good ideas for what divine magic is going to look like in our next game.
Worship.
Yeah, I realize this is I was gonna say this is like a Shar and Selûne kind of thing, but no, it's more straightforward, just sun and moon gods.
Yeah.
I like that they're unique though. It's not just like fire, sun.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that part.
What
I
is
like that the sun is specifically smaller than the moon.
And also
Yeah.
that, like, it came second.
what?
So, Auge, I think it was.
Auge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I can change the spelling to make it easier to
No,
tell how it's pronounced.
that's fine.
Although, so are people who are worshipping Auge also worshipping Iglay? Is this kind of like are there some people who incorporate this into like one big faith?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sorry, that shit.
Yeah.
Babums?
I think that makes sense.
And also, do we want that, like, we're talking about people worshipping these things. Do we want them to actually be gods? Because they can actually be gods if we want them to be.
I am gonna say that probably it would take longer than this for them to become gods.
Okay.
If we're working off of, like, American gods or fables rules or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like once upon a time,
Yeah.
because at least for the sun god, it's implied that it's connected to the previous civilization, but people are just like rediscovering it.
And also, another way to think about this is by the time we get to our next game, which is a couple hundred years down the line, maybe by then they could be actual gods if we want to go that
So-
way.
Another thing is, like, so with how the rest of this world works, with the Cognatus Empire especially, and how they're kind of like racism, being humans and being racist towards everybody else works, is that being humans and descendants from the ancient humans who crashed here, they kind of view themselves as, like, better, and any ancient human stuff is, like, godly and has to do with them. So, like, this could be an interesting thing in, like, when they do show up here.
Oh, because
Yeah.
they'll latch on to like, oh, this is ancient human, this is holy.
This
And
is
they'll-
ours.
And this is ours and it's holy, and there will already be people here saying, yes, it is holy, you're right, it is holy.
Yeah, so this could create some interesting conflict.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really weird syncretism.
Yeah.
I love it. Alright. I guess now we advance all the other projects.
Yes.
Okay, fixing the moonlight crops is at 2 out of 6, and Bertellion's erratic weapon is at 2 out of 5.
All right, and Badams, you get to take your action.
So true.
So
Yeah, I
true.
hadn't been thinking about that. How about we start a project researching the I forget the fish's name again.
Zyphid.
The Zyphid, now that we're
Hmm.
physically able to like catch them and
Good idea.
inspect them closely.
Good idea.
And maybe weaponize them.
Maybe
Also,
something with like their bioluminescence.
is this one faction in particular that's doing this research?
I guess I didn't have one in mind.
I'm gonna say that the factions are probably not working together on this, so we should probably have an idea of who's doing the research. It doesn't have to be those two factions; it could be someone else.
Where's the note? The notebook.
It's linked in general.
I just realized I haven't been drawing stuff on here.
Oh right, none of us have. This is supposed to be. Oh no, Zach drew the the sea serpent. I think the rest of us just haven't done
We do
it.
need to, we should at least draw the sunlight tower, I think.
Yeah, we should.
I will go...
This is supposed to be a map drawing game.
I cannot tell which island is Bertal.
It's one of the ones
Which
in the
island was
northeast.
the sunlight tower?
It's one of the Bertel Islands, which I think is like...
It's like northeast, I think is.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
one of the top islands.
If I remember right, Badams, that was your creation last time. So if you have if you want to just pick one and be like, that's Bertal, we'll go with that.
Yeah, also, the Sunlight Tower is absolutely yours to draw.
I think we might have actually drawn stuff up there already. We might have already marked which one was Bertal.
I think it might
I
be
mean,
that
I don't
one
know
with the
because
blue
there's
circle.
several markings up there.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
How about like an outcast of the Kalova family? Start researching it.
Outcast of the Clove. Okay. So they're not working with the Bertalions, but they are, like, not the Kalova either.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Project started by outcasts of the Clover family to research the Zyphids and their bioluminescence. And how long will that take?
I'd say probably a good while, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 weeks sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me as well.
All right. And I think that is gonna be it for tonight.
Yeah, it looks that way. Good game, everyone.
Yeah.
And thank you, viewers, for joining us.
Yeah.
I think we've had some... Sorry, what was that, Zach?
GG.
GG.
Good game, everybody. Good game. Spank your butt. Spank your butt.
I think we had some people in chat tonight who haven't watched our previous tabletop games, so welcome. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you...
Hope you weren't too lost.
Yeah, I hope you will enjoy the next ones, and you know, don't feel like you have to, but feel free to go back and look at the old VODs to see, like, the context you were missing.
Yeah.
Just because you weren't here, I'm just going to explain that, like, this is a world-building game called The Quiet Year. That's going to be the basis of a campaign in another system we're going to be doing later. So
I feel like we should make it so we can edit this document here.
Mhm.
I feel like I should make these notes like public for other people to at least just view.
at least for me, my real name is attached to it.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Oh, I can make
yeah,
a copy.
just maybe
of it.
like copy paste. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
say
just, I'll just
That's
copy
good.
paste it.
copy pasta.
Copy
Also,
pasta.
you should add today's date at the top because for the third session because we haven't done that.
What?
Go up to the top. You see session 1, session 2.
Oh, I didn't notice that was a thing. Session 3, which is 3/18/2024. You wrote 2023 there.
I did write.
I
24.
like the idea that Iabades is gonna become like a meme or like his name is gonna become an an expletive in this setting.
Yeah.
This should be fun. Movie says, I'm just glad I was able to join. J-Hill says, good game, happy to be here. Movie says, GG, everyone. Hell yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. Do we have any thoughts about what we encountered today, story-wise?
Yippee.
Ended it just the same way we started it. Perfect. I had a good time. I always have a good time with this.
Yeah, me too.
I did too.
They're nice and short, and let's get a short, solid 2-hour stream. I think pretty
Oh,
good.
should I list off which cards we have? Or no, that's not how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
We know which ones we've pulled.
Yes, we have them in the notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. If you do, you get special benefits like emotes, badges, shoutouts, and the possibility of joining me in content and in my own my Minecraft realm as well. Currently, my tier 2 treat is Pie, and my tier 3 full-timey is Moopy-kun. Thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. It truly, truly does. Besides that, you can donate through Super Chats or through Streamlabs. That also supports quite a bit. And you can also check out my Blue Sky or my Discord server in the description below. I'll probably be posting these notes in both places soon enough. It's funny that this stream got a little more popular because I like certain that I forgot to post the announcements for the stream.
Oh,
Maybe
right.
that's
beginning.
maybe that's the solution going forward.
Yeah, just don't tell anyone, then they'll show up.
Word of mouth.
Yeah. So yeah. What else was it? There was something else.
You're all
there's
wonderful, beautiful people.
There's a Badams emoji just went across the chat. That was cute. Yeah, I guess everyone's wonderful, beautiful people. It's so nice to eat you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next episode of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Bye everyone.
Also, Zach is a streamer.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm a
Um,
streamer, and then also Zach is a streamer, and everyone should go check out Zach because
Yes.
he is also a streamer who's here.
Go watch Zach. Zach, plug your shit.
Yeah. You said that so aggressively.
Do it, Zach. What's your channel's name?
twitch.tv/allofficialzach.
Yes. Good job, Zach.
Good job, Zach. Now everyone give Zach head pats. Alright, see you later, everybody. Bye bye bye. Goodbye bye bye. Goodbye bye bye. Bye 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 bye.